They're changing the way the game works. There's no longer a bag in Warzone, but it's not all bad news or good news depending how you're looking at it. You don't need to deal with the menus and have all of the different slots and make sure you have enough plates and everything. Just by default, you'll be able to carry 6 plates. You'll still have a separate ammo slot, so you don't need to carry ammo at all. In fact, you cannot carry extra ammo unless you get one of these 2 satchels. You can put both of the satchels on at the same time. One of them's for armor. You put this on and it goes from 6 to 12 plates that you can carry, which is how much I would carry probably anyways. Now you don't even need to worry about a bag slot for it. You just can carry 6. You find an armor satchel, great. Now you can carry 12. You can only have 1 armor satchel on. You can't have duplicates of them and carry 24 plates. That'd be insane. But you can also put on a munition satchel, which lets you carry extra ammo, but more importantly, also lets you carry extra equipment. Once you pick up a munition satchel, you just can carry 4 equipment naturally. So you can carry 4 Semtexes, 4 stuns, or 4 smokes with you. Overall, much easier, much more clear to play the game, while still not being a massive penalty to the way the loot works. Warzone Season 1 patch notes are here. There's also a whole separate patch notes list for multiplayer and zombies. We'll read through that in a little bit as well, but I want to prio the Season 1. Now, we read through the entire patch blog post, rather, for Black Ops 6 yesterday. Most of this information will likely be the exact same. However, they do sometimes put new information in here, and usually they go a layer deeper. Sometimes they'll give us some thoughts for it. I've read through all of these since the game has come out in Warzone 1, so I kind of have some idea of what to expect with it. It's nothing usually groundbreaking, but this is also our first Warzone season with a lot changing, so there should hopefully be some good information here. If you want to hang out for all of it, drop it a like, and let's get through some of this, all right? Treyarch, first of all, they're talking about anti-cheat right off the rip. This is kind of important because right now you have to actually buy the game to play it. This, though, you do not need to buy the game to play. This is just free to play. Anybody can play it, which, of course, introduces a lot more cheaters. Treyarch has delivered several updates to combat the disruptive behavior, including enhanced AFK detection to battle against account boosting. This is good. There's a lot of people who do this, and there's a lot of just AFKs in games that this is going to be more meaningful, of course, with prestiges. Adjusting ping thresholds to require players to match in their region to cut down on VPN abuse. Holy... That is interesting. So right now what people do, at least a way people will get into easier lobbies, is they will VPN to some random region. I don't exactly know how they do it, but they use a VPN in order to get into better lobbies, to break skill-based matchmaking. That's the entire idea around it, right? So you're not put into lobbies with people that are at the same skill level as you. If they change this, that also might affect, because I play with some guys in the UK. This might be a problem for us, too. Interesting. To unlock ranked play in Black Ops 6, players will need to win 50 match-made multiplayer matches. We know this. This ensures that players are experienced with multiplayer before they can get into it. I believe in the past, you had to be a certain level to do it. Detection systems initially deployed at launch from Team Ricochet to collect data to test for effectiveness will be activated to help flag accounts for action beginning in Season 1. Their goal with this, from their last big post that they did with Ricochet that they said, was they wanted to catch people within their first hour of playing the game who are hacking, who are cheating in the game. So we'll see if they continue on with that goal or if they mention anything else about it, but a quick little mention on that. Hopefully this is top prio because it's been a massive issue, as we've seen recently, with people even getting banned that shouldn't have been. The hit list, this is an event that they're doing in the game. This should pop up at the top bar of the game when you are in a lobby for events similar to the store and whatever else, where you could just basically earn extra skins as you go along and work on additional things. The Season 1 update for the Battle Pass. So right now we've been in the preseason. This Season 1 is going to have the Battle Pass for us. This is going back to kind of a standard Battle Pass, and they even referred, just go to the blog post here. We read all of that yesterday. But essentially, we're no longer going to have this whole map system where you got to go through and I didn't really like it much anyways. The biggest benefit was that if you skip straight to Black Cell, you could get one of those new weapons that they added to the game fully kitted out immediately. It was pretty abusive. We'll see if you can do the same thing here. Potentially you can, because you are still going to get the 20 skips for it as well. Warzone, new map, Area 99. We've seen this 10 million times now in all of these things. Returning map, Urzikstan. This is going back to the original Urzikstan before pop-off power and before Superstore. Keep that in mind. And before the bunkers, so there's not going to be any bunkers on it. It is getting, though, the Black Ops 6 innovations. This being omnidirectional movement, all of the weapons, equipment is switching over to Black Ops 6. Perks are all going to be new. Everything is going to be new for that. And this is going to apply for ranked play as well, which is going to be coming later. Season 1's mid-season launches for Big Map. This is going to be for Big Map as well. Important to note, this is no longer going to be for Rebirth Island. Rebirth Island, the infamous prison map, is returning, though. It's going to be in rotation for the Resurgence mode, specifically with the new map, Area 99, which we saw up here. This is going to have, they said in the blog post, solos, duos, trios, and quads for Rebirth
like
as well.
Christmas Eve.
And Resurgence. It is. This is our Christmas Eve.
So hyped.
Cliff Wayer weighing in with a 200 no message alongside of a mad love. So this is going to be returning. The Killstreaks are also going to be new. They're adding napalm strikes, sentry guns. They're moving like guardians, mosquitoes, those types of things. It's all going over to the new system. So even Rebirth is going to be refreshed with all the new movement and everything that we're going to have on it. They haven't mentioned nukes. We'll see if they have a mention on it here. But we did have that for Rebirth off of launch. There's 2 different rewards for that. And we haven't seen the mention of how they're going to be implementing all of the skins from the previous game into this one either. For example, am I going to be able to put my nuke skins onto the weapons? Dan TL also 2 months subbing over on Twitch. This man's a legend. Appreciate you. So, vehicles. All new vehicles will be improved handling. Yes, details further below. Please be true. The vehicles are trash. There's a new dirt bike for quick rotation as well. Holy shit. This could be good. This is Urzikstan and Rebirth. It's not going to be on Area 99, it says, but please be good. The last motorbikes they did were so bad. I hated them. These could be so cool, though. They could be. I hope they are. Loot. All new Black Ops 6 ground loot. The look of the loot is also going to be different visually, where you're going to see guns glowing blue on the ground, glowing purple, glowing legendary, without having to go up and look at the gun and then have the UI pop up. The whole thing's going to be highlighted, similar to how it was back in Warzone 1, which is super exciting. Visuals. Lighting and visual improvements for the map with the latest Black Ops 6 technology, as well as audio improvements, including footstep balance tuning.
Teamwork make a dream work.
I sure attempted a joke. Rebirth Island, Submarine. The Submarine POI introduced earlier this year now appears at 100% rate of the time. I actually have still never seen the Submarine, believe it or not. Redeploy drones also increased the drone count and spawn rate for balancing later circles. This is specifically for Rebirth Island. Biometric scanners, rewards for this, and weapon trade stations have been rebalanced and updated with the Black Ops 6 loot. That is a W. I was honestly expecting to read that this is being removed from the game. I was expecting that. That's how all of these updates have gone in all of the years, is we are taking everything out of the game, and now you're not going to have it anymore, and we'll be adding it back in the next year. This is so good to see. They're not removing it. Yeah, you expected them to remove it too. Exactly. Battle Royale, then. This is going to be a 120-player mode. Wait a second. This is different than what it was in the other notes, guys. This is different. Where'd it go? Hold on. 120 players, solos, duos, trios, quads. They are actually adding it all back. They took out duos and trios for the last, couple of months of the game. And that is really good to see back. I'm very excited to see that. Gives you way more options to play the game. Yes, dude. Resurgence as well. Interesting. This did say solos, duos, trios, quads in the blog post here. This is different. Here it is. Resurgence, solos, duos, trios, quads for Resurgence Area 99 and Rebirth Island. So this is different than what the patch notes are. Oh, 45 trios. Never mind. Okay, I'm blind. So I'm dumb. Area 99, Rebirth Island, and both of those are going to be in rotation. Plunder, 120 player count on Urzikstan. This mode, it's not the most exciting, honestly, but I'm kind of worried we're going to have to grind this to get the weapon camos done. I am kind of worried about plunder. Boot camp is the super easy mode. If you guys are brand new to the game, go on here. You're going to be limited on how much XP you can get from it, but this is the best way to actually play. It doesn't contribute to daily, weeklies, but like if you want to just learn how to play the game, I do recommend playing this. I've never played it myself, but I know it is quite popular, and it's a good resource to, it's a good way to play the game, you know, just kind of learn it a bit. Mode adjustment for Resurgence. Players will receive an additional 25% discount at buy stations on redeploy squad mates while the Resurgence timer is still active. Oh, that's kind of cool. Small adjustment, but makes it so you can buy your teammates back, at least at a little bit of a discount if you don't want to wait for the timer. Additional notes. To celebrate the new Area 99, it is exclusive Resurgence map during the first weekend at launch. Oh, plot twist. So they did say it's going to be a mix between the modes, but for the first weekend, it's only going to be Area 99, so you cannot play Rebirth. I think that's more than fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't know what you guys think. That sounds okay. Season 1 playlist calendar. Look at this. Battle Royale or 6-stand stays, solo duos, trios, quads, all the way through December. Excellent, Call of Duty. Excellent. Resurgence Area 99 will be solo duos, trios, quads, Area 99. And then it will be rotation on the 18th. I'm assuming it's going to be rotation. Maybe not. Maybe it's only quads rotation. Look at that. Quads, Area 99. Or Rebirth Island quads there. Quads. For information on the playlist, please check out the dedicated Trello board. They keep their stuff updated there for us. All ranked. An all-new ranked play experience becoming a Battle Royale on Urzikstan for the first time with the Season 1 reload. So we're going to have to wait for that. Keep an eye out for more intel later. Carry forward. Weapons, blueprints, operators, skins. See? Skins. And a vast majority of cosmetics return from Modern Warfare 2 to 3, available for players Black Ops 6 era of Warzone. Doesn't specifically mention if we can put those skins onto the weapons. Old skins onto new weapons. There was a difference with how you could do that in the current state of Warzone. You can't put certain skins onto forward things. We'll see how it is. AFK detection will now be updated the detection log to determine if a player is AFK during an active match. Okay. Leaderboards to accommodate and track the new statistics coming to Black Ops 6 integration. The Warzone leaderboard stats will be reset at launch. RIP to all of the leaderboard grinders from the last couple of years. Armory. The Black Ops 6 Armory is a repository that provides access to the previously missed loadouts content that prior titles, including MW2 and MW3. So the current way that the Armory works is you can unlock new attachments in the game by using this. They're changing the way that this works with this game, so it's only going to allow you to unlock older things. The Armory is unlocked at level 24 and is added to the level unlock menu. This menu serves as a platform to browse items that otherwise cannot be earned through the normal weapon progress. This is really good, actually. This is going to allow you to get stuff that without having to go back and play the games. You don't need to go back and play MW2 and MW3. You can just play the current game. And essentially what you'll do with the Armory, if you're not familiar with this, is you'll go into the menu and you'll queue up what you want to unlock. Unlock this gun, unlock this attachment, unlock this perk. Probably not perks, but unlock this attachment, this weapon, this attachment. And then as you play the game, it'll just automatically unlock all of those things as you complete dailies and different challenges. Usually it's just attachments. It's just stuff that you get for playing the game, though. You don't have to do anything crazy out of the way to do it. Please note that certain legacy attachments will be missing from the Armory at launch. New players seeking to unlock these items can do so by playing the respective legacy title until they are implemented into Black Ops 6 with a future update. So there might be stuff that's broken. Who would have guessed? Players that have already unlocked this content in previous games will not be impacted. Progression. So this has been one of the biggest questions that I have. I have saved 6 of my prestige tokens, all of them, to apply them to Warzone because Warzone is going to be getting prestiges. Let's see if I wasted my time or if this actually makes sense. What details do we have for Warzone's integration into the prestiging system? Because this is going to be brand new. Whenever we've played in the past, you just keep leveling up. You don't relock your entire account and have to unlock attachments or weapons again. Attachments will still be there. Season 1 introduces an extensive progression and prestige system with 55 levels to unlock, 10 prestiges, and a final master prestige with 1,000 levels. Players unlock weapons, equipment, and kill streaks, as well as perks through the progression, exclusive calling cards, dark ops cards, and reticles as you go through. Weapon camos, special camos, mastery camos. Yep, this is the main progress for all cosmetic, as well as the first part of that through the 55 levels, being the equipments and weapons. Camos being mastery. So they don't even give us more detail on it. R.I.P. Well, that was anticlimactic. F. Weapon mastery camos. The grind has been overhauled in Black Ops 6 and is bigger than ever. You'll be progressing through camos on the quest to earn the first ever Call of Duty Warzone mastery camo, the Abyss, for Season 1. They have had mastery camos in Warzone in the past, but when they do it, it's just been XP based. So you get 1,000,000 XP, you get the base camo. Season 2, they added another one. That one was a bit the black one. I forget what it's called. Onyx? No. Obsidian. Something like that. And then they added another one and another. So that's like each season there's a mastery camo for it. This one is probably going to be different. For look at that Black Ops 6 and Warzone, check out the comps for the progression system blog here. Progression overhaul. System covering the blog. Weapon on. I want to see if they mention anything for Warzone for how to get it. Prestige. Choosing prestige. Permanent unlocks. You can unlock a single item of your choice within the levels. You obtain a total permanent unlocks, 1 per prestige. Once you complete prestige 10, permanent unlocks provide no further function as your level unlock progression becomes fully available. Yeah, so you unlock everything at 10th prestige. It doesn't matter. You don't need the tokens. Permanent unlock example. We already know that. Prestige rewards. Prestige leveling. Let me search Warzone. Black Ops 6 required for Warzone. System, prestiges, dark ops challenges. Unlocking weapon camos in Black Ops is accessible for the moment. Eliminations, here it is. Yep, this is what, okay. See, I wasn't sure if this was actually official or not. This is good to know. So in Call of Duty Warzone, if you want to get the mastery camo for Warzone, it is just based off of eliminations. It is not headshots. In zombies, it's critical kills, which are still headshots. In Warzone, it's only going to be eliminations. I thought I read that, and that's what I was saying was going to happen, but I didn't remember where. I didn't remember if it was official or if I read it or if it was speculation or if somebody told me it. So there it is. Now we know. Let's see if we know the numbers, though. This specifically says multiplayer headshots. Headshots in zombies or critical kills in zombies is like 2,000. It's way more. So it's eliminations. There you go, guys. W. That's going to be much more doable. Body shield. Sneak up behind an unsuspected enemy. You could double tap him to take him as a hostage. We have dedicated melee weapon slot. We all know that at this point. Shootable doors. This is actually really cool and is not in the current Warzone. So the loadout inventory is returning to the classic Warzone experience where players can only equip 1 primary weapon. There is a wild card to do overkill, to do 2 primaries, but this is a massive change. Self-revive and auto pickup. While downed, players will now be able to automatically loot self-revives that are within proximity. What? That is crazy. Imagine you're knocked out and you see a self-revive on the ground. You can crawl over to it and res yourself. That is sick. That is so cool. All right, yeah, that'll be neat. Live ping duration. The duration of live pings has been reduced from 3 seconds to 2 seconds in order to bring more balance to the combat engagements. That's probably for the best. Armor plate replacement speed. The speed at which players can replace broken or missing armor plates has been increased by 8% to match the fluidity of Black Ops 6 Omnimovement. That's interesting. So you heal faster in the game. It's not much of a change, but it is Going to be noticeable. You're also going to need a perk in order to be sprinting while plating, though. So that's going to be a must pick. That's just default as well in current Warzone. That's just default. You already have that built in. You can sprint full speed while plating. You have to choose a perk for that. That's an alternate to Ghost, by the way. Abandon timer. The time players must wait to give up has been reduced to from 5 to 4 seconds due to the previous interrogation mechanic being replaced. So can we not interrogate anymore? Can you no longer interrogate? I thought that was a great feature. Death's Door. The health at which players will enter Death's Door state has been reduced from 50% to 35%. What is Death's Door, guys? Am I crazy? What is this? The health at which Death's Door state will end has been reduced from 70% to 55%. The change is due to us wanting to enable players to better hear and see their surroundings when under threat by an enemy. Is that when you've been knocked? I don't think so. The red flashing screen? I don't think it's when you're downed. It's the heartbeat sounding. When your screen is red. There is a last stand feature from Morphine. I don't think that's what they're talking about. The health at which players will enter Death's Door state has been reduced from 50% to 35%. Yeah, I think it's talking about because you lose hearing. When you get low health, you lose hearing and you're like, you hear your heartbeat, your screen's red. It must be that. Yeah, it must be that. So that's been decreased to 35%. I actually don't mind that at all. The health at which Death's Door state will end has been reduced from 70% to 55%. So it's going to end sooner as well. So you'll be able to hear more because you get out of that state of like, I'm almost dead faster. I like that. Yeah, that's great. This change is due to us wanting to enable players to better hear and see their surroundings when under threat of an enemy. Great change. I really like that. So here is the new one, omnidirectional movement. Everybody's favorite if you're playing the game, and if you're not playing the game, probably a reason you're not going to play the game. Movement and combined movement from everything is being integrated. We know that. Combat supine, we know that. It's where you can go prone and flip around. Intelligent movement. So if you are a bad player, newbie player, whatever you want to call it, you're a bot. Go ahead and turn on the intelligent movement. This will make it so you automatically sprints for you. It automatically mantles and climbs over things for you. It even automatically crouches and corner slices for you. This is the full package now. If you have a whole bunch of obstacles in your way, including holes that you have to crawl through, you can just hold forwards and your character will move at full speed through that, mantle over the thing, slide under the thing. It'll even automatically slide for you and go right through everything that you need to. You don't even need to click in the sprint button. It takes care of the game for you. There's also unlimited tactical sprint in the game. But I will say, if you want to be good, you're going to have to learn to not use all of these things. Some of them people, even at the highest level, still do use. For example, automatic tac sprint. Sprint assist is used by the best controller players. However, you get a certain extra level of control of your character when you don't use all of it. Some mantle assist, like grounded mantle assist, is used. But there's a lot of times when you want to pull cover behind something, you don't actually want to mantle on top of it. It's kind of like racing with the driving lines on racing sims, if you're familiar with that. You know, you can still do really good with all the assists and everything on, but you get an extra layer of control that if you really learn to master it, you can push yourself even further with, that you're going to want to learn. Unlimited tactical sprint as well. You can access this with the sprinter perk, so there is a dedicated perk to this, or you can do it by holding your knife. This will let you do it at any time, but of course your gun's not going to be ready. Mantle protections. Players will now climb onto thin or high ledges rather than over them to prevent untimely deaths. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's actually really nice. There's so many times when you try and jump up onto a ledge and just like get a little position on it and just look down, and then you vault over it and die. Yeah, so they're changing that so it actually works and doesn't send you over the edge on high ones. Tac sprint duration. We've heard your feedback around tac sprint duration, so it has been increased from 2 to 4 seconds. That is a pretty big buff. You're going to be able to tac sprint for quite a while. That's pretty good. Hey, no worries, man. Come back when you're ready. Landing tuning. The duration of the shock effect when falling from a near-death height has been reduced to 2.1 seconds from 3 seconds. So if you jump off of something and you don't die, but you kind of like break your leg a little bit, the stun effect is reduced. That's good. The minimum fall damage required before a shock effect from landing is now 55%, up from 50%, allowing slightly higher jumps with less punishment. Very minor difference there, it seems like. The change is made to better enable movement opportunities for Black Ops 6. Vertical and horizontal ascenders. Interacting with these has been improved, making it easier to attach from the line. Easier to attach to the line from an angle or while free falling to increase fluidity. Love this change. Something else important to note that they don't mention here is you will actually no longer be able to do the zip tricks. So if you are going up a zip line and you hit the right button combination, you'll launch into the air and then you can shoot people. That's no longer a thing. They've just made it so it's much faster to go up the zip line. Now, people might come up with some new trick. There might be something completely broken in the game in no time. I wouldn't be surprised. But that is there. They haven't mentioned anything about stability changes or crashing, though. Not yet, at least. Usually bug fixes and things are more at the end. Redeploy drones are fixed in place for the duration of a match as well. I actually prefer this, but I don't necessarily like them there at the end game. Once a redeploy drone has been consumed by the gas, it will leave the match rather than relocate to give more consistent experience as well. I like that. It's sometimes confusing when a drone is coming in and you don't know where it's going to stop until you've played the game like an outrageous amount of numbers and then you do know where it's going to stop. But, you know, if you're just a casual person and you see a drone fly over your head, it's pretty disappointing when it doesn't stop and you can't use it. But it still will be out of gas. Now, if you remember back in the day in Warzone 1 and you put the redeploy balloons down in Caldera, we actually saw, I believe it was Aiden win the first or second YOLO solo $100,000 from this. But he put the redeploy drone out of zone with his riot shield. I think he was using it. And then he flew up into the air and basically just clutched the game by coming out of zone from it. They do have personal redeploy balloons now. They have the personal drones that only you can use, but you have the other frisbee-looking ones that you can throw down and redeploy a whole squad through. I wonder if that's going to break in the gas now too. I'm guessing not. But it does say once this one has been consumed by the gas, it will leave the map rather than relocating. Because basically, as the zone closes in, that one moves over closer to the middle of the map as well. Until, I think, Zone 4, then they disappear, although sometimes they're there at the end game, too. Inventory, though. Streamlined inventory. We are streamlining everything. This is a massive change. We're no longer going to have 6 slots in the backpack. It's going to be much bigger change than you probably even think. Maybe not you, but at least people that haven't played the game as much. It is quite a big change. You'll see drastic changes to endgame, I do believe, because right now it's all based on smokes. Perks in Warzone are also now streamlined, allowing players to choose 3 perks with coded slots. A little different than currently. There's 4 of them, 4 perk slots, and the first 2 perk slots are interchangeable. You can use them between the 2. Most 3-pick perks are unlocked as you level, but relock upon prestiging. Yep. So you're going to want to use a token for that. Black Ops 6 players levels carry over to Warzone, unlocking corresponding perks. Yep. So if you've leveled up in Black Ops 6, you will have these perks unlocked as well. They haven't said anything about the attachments. People have been saying that things relock for attachments. I don't think it's true. We still haven't got to that yet. Lootable perks are also on the ground. This is back from Caldera era Warzone. Speaking of Caldera, these are going to change each season as well. You can loot them from supply boxes or just floor loot, ground loot. The perk effects stack on top of your original perks. When a player is eliminated, their pick 3 will drop onto the ground as a custom perk pack to be recovered or stolen by other players, while any looted perks will disappear. This is something I am not a fan of at all. However, I feel like nobody else cares about this, so it's probably not going to matter. But it just pisses me off. There's 2 perks that are only available via floor loot now, though, and that is Shrouded and Irradiated. These are both good perks. They're not ones you would typically want to bring in, but really nice to have from Specialist bonus, which is still in the game too. We're about to read. Okay. Specialist, this will give you every single perk in the game, as well as ground loot and exclusive perks, Irradiated and Shrouded. It is super crazy. If you are eliminated, the Specialist perk package... What? It'll disappear now. If you're eliminated, the Specialist perk package will disappear. Well, there it is. There it is, man. Did I miss this in the blog post? If you're dispatched during a match, your Specialist perk package stays where you dropped. It's different. Am I crazy right here, guys? Or are these two things saying different things? Am I crazy? They're different. Dispatched versus eliminated. If you are eliminated, the Specialist perk will disappear. If you're dispatched during a match, your Specialist perks package stays where it's dropped and can be looted by enemies. I will just post it, see what people say. See what the rest of the internet thinks. Maybe there's differences. Dispatch and eliminated. I don't know. I assume dispatch is just a nicer way of saying killed, you know? Operators. With the integration of the content for MW3, MW2, 150 operators. So all the old operators are coming over. The amazing innovation to movement and combat arrives Black Ops 6. Fully integrated. Okay, we know about that. Sprays, we know about that. Am I reading the wrong thing here? We are. Okay. Pre-patch perks. Quality of life. Perks can now be edited in pre-match lobby. W change. W change, man. I love that. You know what? It's because before they had this like stupid perk package, like preset thing. I never liked that. It pissed me off from the beginning. I never even used it, not even once. I never had like a preset, oh, I'm going to use this package for... No, just change it on the individual. Just change the perks to what you want the perks to be. It's easy. Wildcard. So, we only saw 2 of these at Call of Duty Next. They didn't tell us about the rest of them. They are putting more out. The feedback that I told them, they asked me, is 2 going to be enough wild cards for the launch event? I said, no, we need more than this. There's not enough. It was basically either between overkill or having 3 attachments, and it just didn't make any sense. To me, you just take 3 attachments. But that being said, some of these still don't make a lot of sense to me. Let's see if we get any additional details. So Bandolier, this is basically your extra slot card. If you haven't been playing this multiplayer, you have an extra perk. You have your 3 perks that you can take. There's not going to be a specialty in this. You have 3 perks, and then you have a wild card. These are different on this. So Bandolier is one of the wild cards. Your Warzone loadout provides a munitions satchel. This will basically allow you to carry more ammo. The wild card is only available in Warzone, unlocks at level 15. This is pretty bad. Realistically, this is a tide you over. Obviously, it's the first one you unlock. Not great. It's like, all right, here's your first little card. Have some fun. And to be fair, not the worst thing ever either. You know, at least you're gonna get a little. You know, it's still a nice little upgrade for it. Overkill. You can equip 2 primary weapons. This is just the default in the game right now. This is going to be completely changing the way that it's played. The whole meta is changing for the game with this. But unlocked at player level 24, you can carry 2 weapons. We'll see how that goes. This is, I think, going to be the main meta, Gunfighter. This is going to get you 3 extra attachments on your weapon. Once you have Gunfighter, then you can set your loadouts up to have Gunfighter as well. So when you go to the buy station, you can just go buy a weapon with 8 attachments on it. So this is, I think, going to be another must pick for the early unlock. I'm already level 32, so I'll have this tomorrow, even without using a token, fortunately for me. So W. W's in the chat. And then there's Battle Ready. Your loadout provides a UAV and utility box. This wild card is only available in Warzone. Now, here's the strategy for this, okay? Think about it. You go to get your first loadout. You get it with Gunfighter. You get your first weapon fully attached up, ready to go. Then you get a second loadout. Maybe you get a free loadout. Then you go buy your loadout for your squad. Then
Can
you
I
get
get
battle
a
ready.
quick dab?
Loadout, UAV, utility box set. What are we talking about dabbing in 2024, Philip? Thank you so much, though. I think this is going to be the second loadout poll. Maybe. Or if you just, let's say, okay, let's do another scenario. Let's say you already have your guns. You're already set. You're already frying. Maybe you picked up somebody else's meta gun because all the guns are the same. Everybody just runs the same guns anyways. Once they figure out the YouTube video that tells them the meta, right? That saves you from having to buy the gun yourself. Then you go to your loadout and you just have a class with battle ready so you can just get yourself a free UAV and utility box for later in the game. Money. It is going to be much more valuable to have a utility box this time around as well because we do not have 6-slot bags anymore. It'll be interesting. Makes sense. Yep. Look, when I will tell you firsthand, when you are strapped, now you will feel a massive difference when you are sitting there looking at an armor box, a munitions box, and a flare for your teammates, and you can only carry one of them. It sucks. It really does. What's the bag system like? There's no bag spaces anymore. So now you have to make a decision on that. So a utility box actually is pretty good. And at least from what I've played of the game so far, these are more rare. The satchels are in the game. We don't have too much extra detail here. But this increases the armor plates from 6 you can carry normally now, which is fantastic. And then when you have the satchel, you can carry 12. Also fantastic. That's about how many plates that I carry in Warzone right now. Simplify it. It's great. Yeah, no, I do think it's great. I do agree with you. But I'm just saying when you're faced with that decision, you're going to feel it. That's all I'm saying. This increases the ammo capacity for all weapon types, increasing equipment capacity by 2 to 4. I don't exactly understand what that means, but you're going to be able to carry more ammo. Equipment. Warzone continues to provide an extensive selection. Here, let me just put a quick note down here. Okay. Available equipment. Frags, cookable, proximity triggers, launches into the air, deals heavy damage to surrounding area. Semtex, C4, thermonades. We played all of these. Level 21 for impact nades. I'm kind of hoping, especially seeing this as a level 32 unlock, that Molotovs are actually sick this year. I kind of doubt it, but there's no thermites in the game anymore. They're gone. That's the current meta. Throwing knives are retrievable. Blast traps are level 41. Drill charges level 50 is kind of crazy. Combat axe level 53. There's also proximity alarms. Throw these alarms, and they'll flash and make noise when enemies are near it. You can combat that with a perk. The alarm will outline enemies within the trapped area. What? That's crazy. Okay, but it cannot be seen through walls. Thank goodness. Okay. Okay, that's good. Maybe it could be seen through smoke? Concussions. The concussions aren't too crazy this year. It's like last year. Warzone 1 concussions were ridiculous, though. Wait, what? Ammo satchel. Hold on, bro. Wait a second. Somebody just clarified this. Increases equipment capacity by 2. So this is saying that if you have 2 Semtexes, you can carry 4? Does this also count stuns? And smokes? That is massive. Yup. Okay, wait. That is actually... Wait a second. Because if you could carry 4 smokes, then we're still viable, my friends. We are still viable for some smoke strategies. This guy knew he doesn't know what equipment is?
Teamwork make a dream work.
I mean... Yeah, technically equipment is both of these. You are right. The definition's right here. Available equipment, lethal equipment, and tactical equipment. Bro, that is crazy. I actually... Now, they did nerf smokes. This should be... Let's see at least. Sorry, I'm scrolling through this so much. Deploys a smoke screen that blocks vision and automated targeting systems. This should be the new smokes from the game, which aren't as high. 4 proximity mines could be a thing. Well, tell me this. Right now... Yeah, I guess it can, because you can carry 2 of them right now anyways. So you can carry 4 lethal. That's crazy. Wait a second. So that means, realistically, with these satchels, this is enabling you to play the game as you normally would anyways. You're still going to have 12 plates, which is how I would play the game. I would carry 9 to 12 plates. I would carry 2 extra smokes, so I'd have 4 smokes, but I don't need to deal with the bags. It's just going to be built into the game, similar to how ammo is already built into the game by having its own separate menu slot down here, right? The biggest difference then is going to be you cannot carry multiple kill streaks, multiple field upgrades, or really multiple gas masks, but that doesn't matter anyways. You can't carry things for your friends. You can't carry it over to it and drop them for them. That's the biggest change from this bag change. That seems like a win. I think that's a win. I believe you can carry both satchels. That's a good question, though. Has anybody seen a mutual exclusivity between these satchels? I'm pretty sure you can carry both of them, though. At least I remember picking up 2 of them at the event and not having to drop one of them on the ground. If you die, it also doesn't drop it on the ground. It says there that you can. Maybe I missed it. Hold on. Satchels can be... Yeah, this was the confusing thing. So it says satchels can't be, and don't need to be, dropped. So you don't want to drop a satchel ever, but you cannot drop them. And one or both individual satchel types can be found and equipped once per match. And both satchels can be found and equipped once per match. So you can equip both of them. If an operator is carrying 1 or more satchels is killed, yeah, so you can have more than one. If you're killed carrying them, all their satchels are dropped and can be looted. So what does it mean you can only pick it up once per match? I don't understand that. I'm assuming it's saying that you can pick up 1 and then you can't like have 2 armor satchels on at the same time. You can only have 1 on at a time. Maybe that's what it means. Because it can be dropped and looted. That's good. Yeah, see, I kind of read it as you put it on, and then if you die and come back and you try and put another one on, you can't. But that doesn't make any sense. You should be able to put one on. There's no reason that you can't put one on it just because you put one on earlier and died. That makes no sense. I think it's while you're alive, you can only have 1 on at a time. I think that's what they're trying to say with it. That's my interpretation of what makes sense. Okay, let's continue. Concussions, flashbangs, snaps. That's good, though. That's really good. The satchels, the way the satchels works, win. Should I just reiterate that once just to be clear with this? Because I think this is a bit confusing. So they're changing the way that the game works. There's no longer a bag in Warzone. Let me say it this way. Warzone's getting completely changed by them removing the bag, but it's not all bad news or good news depending how you're looking at it. You don't need to deal with the menus and have all of the different slots and make sure you have enough plates and everything. Just by default, you'll be able to carry 6 plates. You'll still have a separate ammo slot, so you don't need to carry ammo at all. In fact, you cannot carry extra ammo unless you get one of these 2 satchels. You can put both of the satchels on at the same time. One of them's for armor. You put this on, and it goes from 6 to 12 plates that you can carry, which is how much I would carry probably anyways with the full 6-slot bag that we've had in previous Warzones. Stack those up. You need to have enough plates for you in the match. Now you don't even need to worry about a bag slot for it. You just can carry 6. You find an armor satchel, great. Now you can carry 12. You can only have 1 armor satchel on. You can't have duplicates of them and carry 24 plates. That'd be insane. But you can also put on a munition satchel, which lets you carry extra ammo, but more importantly, also lets you carry extra equipment. Typically, again, with a bag, I would have, maybe a couple extra smokes in there. So I'd have maybe a couple extra thermites in my pocket. So I'd have 4 rather than just 2. You throw 2, the other 2 automatically fill from your bag into your thing. Don't worry about that at all anymore. Now, once you pick up a munition satchel, you just can carry 4 equipment naturally. So you can carry 4 Semtexes and then 4 stuns or 4 smokes with you. So it is a massive change to it. Now, you can't drop these on the ground, but if you die, they do drop onto the ground. So if you kill somebody that's using it, they mentioned it over here. If you kill somebody that's using one of these, it will be dropped onto the ground, and it can be looted afterwards. So I think it's going to be overall much easier, much more clear to play the game, while still not being a massive penalty to the way the loot works. The biggest change, obviously, you're not going to be able to carry multiple self-reses, not going to be able to carry multiple field upgrades. So you can't have an ammo box and an armor box. Those utility boxes are going to be worth a lot more for you. And of course, not multiple kill streaks. Can't have a precision airstrike with a bunker buster ready to go, with a napalm strike, one of the new ones that they're adding, all of it ready to just bombard somebody. So you're still going to have the player utility, but less of the overall other utility that's in the game. Killing somebody who's got 3 self-reses and solos, hopefully not a thing anymore, although we'll see how Morphine works out for us. Progression, prestige, and challenges information. We already read that. I keep going to the wrong one. My bad. That's the blog post. This is the patch notes. It's confusing. Don't worry about it. I know about it for you. Smoke grenades. Experimental gas. This actually could trigger your gas mask as well in the last one. Slows, blurs visions, coughing, and light damage. They don't clarify anything there. Stim shots. These are the new stim shots. Heal wounds, provide an immediate burst of movement speed, and refreshes your tactical sprint. Decoy grenades, simulates footsteps. If you ever hear weird footsteps, that's what it is. And gunfire to confuse enemies. Electric traps that stick to surfaces and electrocutes enemies. Now, the thing with these decoys, too, I think they're going to be better because they actually show up as real enemies on the tac map. That's one of the things with the decoys in the current Warzone, now going to be old Warzone, is it doesn't actually... You can tell they're decoys from looking at the map. This might be this might get a nice buff here. This, might be worth throwing now. Electrical traps that stick to surfaces and electrocute enemies, stunning them. That doesn't really clarify if it's the old or new shock charges. I would assume it's the new ones, but the new ones work by sticking to the wall and remaining there, kind of like a claymore, or they're a trap. So this is really effective for the people that are slide canceling and moving all over the place like crazy. You throw it on a doorway, they slide through, and they're stopped. They're shocked in place, can only hip fire, can't ADS, and you can beat them from range. If you're right on the doorway, you're still probably going to lose. They're going to hip fire your face in, but still good. And then the new one is Neurogas level 48. Deploy a trap that emits neurotoxic gas clouds that cause hallucinations. So enemies will show up on the tac map that aren't there. It disorients them and damages enemies too. These might be really good. This is like a gas nade, but it's a trap, but it's even better because it throws off their tac map and everything, and their vision and everything. I assume once you pick up the gas mask, it's like current Warzone. I would assume that too. They made such a deal, and it took them so long to get that to the state that it's at. And it's so positive right now. If they ruin gas masks, it's going to be a huge L. I think they keep it where it is. I love the shock drivers in multiplayer. Me too. Me too. Okay, equipment adjustments. With the Black Ops 6 integration, we have adjusted a number of the lethal and tactical equipment to offer a new and refreshed arsenal of choices. Maximum deployed equipment. The maximum number of lethals and a tactical equipment that can be planted at the same time has been increased. That is actually kind of wild. So right now, you can only put 2 bouncing Bettys down. Or 2 shock charges, for example. I guess not a great example for the current system. But for the new one, it would be. Now you can have 3. You can put 3 Bettys down each player on the squad. That's kind of crazy. We've aligned Warzone with the changes to multiplayer. This enables some new traps to be better utilized. For sure. These traps will slow down. Hey, for people who are worried about the movement in the game, you guys might have just got a nice buff. You sit in a corner with 3 neurogas mines down. I mean, they might not want to be pushing you. Yeah. Frag outer damage range has decreased rather from 110 to 65. So you're going to have to be more precise with your frags. The core inner damage has been buffed, so it still won't one-shot, but 275 damage is extreme. Middle damage is increased as well to 170, but the outer damage has been nerfed, so you just have to be more precise with frags. The frag cooking indicator finally has UI as well. That is wonderful. I love that. Semtex's explosion radius has been decreased, so nerf to Semtex's. Outer damage and inner damage also decreased. I don't think Semtexes have really been the meta, but it was what I was using prior to the Thermite switch to meta. Throwing knives, damage decreased. Ooh, uh-oh. To 180, which will no longer 2-shot, will it? No, it will. It will. 300 health, it'll still 2-shot. It should still one-shot headshot. Right now, throwing knives only one-shot if they're upper torso or headshot. I'm curious. No, headshot now. They nerfed throwing knives, so now they're only one-shot if you headshot them. It'll one-shot them if they're knocked out, though. It'll finish them off completely. Right? So, yeah, that's still going to be a nerf. My guess is it'll still one-shot headshot. Drill charges, outer damage decreased to 39 from 100. That's an insane nerf. I was kind of thinking maybe drill charges would be crazy. Burn stage was reduced as well from 10, 15 to 25, from 15, 20, 25 to 30. So Molotovs were also nerfed. Jeez, dude. They're really making lethals not very lethal. I mean, they still kill, but smoke VFX updated to Black Ops 6, so that is definitely a nerf. These are much worse than Black Ops 6. Experimental gas will deal 10 damage per tick. That's a buff. 10 damage per tick. I guess you'd have to sit in it for 15 seconds to die then. Right now, it's only like 1 damage per tick. It's negligible. 10. That's quite a bit. You're still not going to die to it, but you might if you're low health. Because the other thing, gas damage goes through your armor. So if you try and heal, it's 2 each. Yeah, still pretty negligible. That's still a lot of damage. 10 damage per tick for gas nades. Snapshot radius increased to 15 from 10, so buff for snapshots. I didn't even realize those were still in the game. I glossed over that. Will now put a mark over a successfully snapped enemy, which lasts for 5 seconds. So it's not going to be a full scan. It's going to be more like Combat Scout, I think. Killstreaks in Warzone, much like multiplayer, are game-changing tools. They're deadly. Some offer intel for positioning. A few new ones are being introduced to take advantage of. Care packages. These will give you good streaks. They may have nerfed it from COD Next, but this will just give you a random streak, which could be bad if you get a SAM turret. This is new. What would this shoot down? Counter UAVs? Counter UAVs are still in the game. What else would SAM turrets be used for? I guess choppers. There's helicopters in the game. That could be good. Yeah, you could get specialists from a care package too. That is true. We got that in COD Next at least. Several random items including kill streaks, legendary or greater weapons, lootable perks. That could be good, and field upgrades. So this could be good. Little gamble. Napalm strike has got to be crazy. A napalm at endgame that you use to like cover the street so they can't get across the street for the end is got to be insane. If you're level 55 tomorrow, you're going to go back to level 1? No, you will not. Not unless you click Prestige and decide to do that. SAM turret. New sentry gun as well, an automated turret. Now, we saw this at Warzone 1 and it was trash. My guess is it'll be bad here too. I think it's trash in multiplayer as well. Hardcore, it's kind of okay, but definitely not in core, and it's going to be even worse than this. I don't think it's going to be good. We'll see. UAVs. Curious if you'll be able to shoot UAVs down this time. If there's a SAM turret too, I kind of doubt it. Advanced UAVs. They don't mention being able to shoot it down, so that's why I don't think there will be. But advanced UAVs reveal the entire map and direction. Bunker busters are staying. I love that. Missile strike that pierces a building, and when it detonates, it blows up for like 50 damage, or it's nothing super crazy. So you could just tank it if you want. But then it leaves a pillar of gas as well. So you got to get out of the gas or eat the gas. Gas mask works on that too. Cluster strike launches a missile bombardment. So this is the LBDR. Hopefully better than a cluster strike currently. Counter UAV. This one is able to be shot down, at least in the current game. Foresight still in the game. Shows where the game's going to end. It shows you all the circles. Precision airstrike still in the game as well. And then supply box UAV, which will reveal the location for all the supply boxes near you. And even highlighting the legendary ones through walls. Kill streak adjustment. Personally, I think they need to make it so all lootable items are visible through walls, like it is on Modern Warfare Zombies. If you get that perk that shows you all loot. the Perk-a-Cola, whatever. But anyways. Kill streak adjustments, Bunker Buster. The trophy system will now counter the Bunker Buster. It already did that. So I don't understand what that means, but it did already do that. At least that's what chat always told me. I never got to actually try it before, but... Field upgrades. We've got the Scrambler, which is new. We've seen this in multiplayer. Disrupts enemy equipment field upgrades, kill streaks, and minimap. So I don't think you're going to be able to call in kill streaks. If there's, say, a bunch of bouncing betties down at a doorway, you put a Scrambler down and you could push it. That would be crazy. The gas got a buff, so Bunker Buster might work better too. Yeah, I don't know. That gas, that might just be the gas grenade. I don't think it's the actual zone gas. Maybe, though. Warcry. Rally your team, improving nearby allies' movement. I kind of wish this was a bigger radius. I'm assuming this is just going to be the same radius as what the Inhaler is from the current game. Because I never use that thing. It's not great. The nice thing, though, I will say from running it in multiplayer, I only used it a couple times myself, but I've been buffed by other people running Warcry. It doesn't block your screen. It doesn't make your screen all red and annoying, and it doesn't make you louder either. So this could be a pretty nice buff. I actually am pretty excited for Warcry. Especially like you have it, you just pop it and then keep running. Although you probably can't pop it and then pick up what would be cool is you Warcry, then you pick up an armor box and start running. That would be nice. Then I would probably do it all the time. Armor boxes, munitions boxes. Nothing new there. Doesn't tell us the quantity. Decontamination stations. These can also bring a buy station back online. However, only physical buy stations, or permanent buy stations rather. The deployable buy stations don't get brought back online by decontamination stations. At least that's how it currently works. This makes it so you can breathe in the zone. Or a Bunker Buster if somebody busts you. Deployable buy stations mark a location that calls into buy station. The drone can be shot down as it flies in. That's still holding true. Deployable covers. Is this even in the game right now? I guess it is. These things are annoying, though. I'm not a big fan of them. Heartbeat sensors. Limited use tablet. It is remaining with limited use. Loadout drops. Makes sense. Portable radar. Nothing new. Portable redeploy drones. Hopefully they just made this faster. And so I don't need to do the glitch to use it anymore. I hate that. I still do it, but I hate it. Player control drone. Recon drone. This is the redeploy balloon, so you put this down and a redeploy drone will come that your whole team can use. Flare and trophy. All the same. Utility boxes and ammo and a plate box if you haven't seen this yet. All in one. Oh, they do have some adjustments, though. Let's see. Heartbeat sensor. The warning display now highlights in red when enemies are within 15 meters up to 7. Interesting. So maybe it's an early warning? I didn't even know there was a thing for 7 meters where it shows red. The time between pings has been reduced. So they buffed this. Buffed the heartbeat sensor. It still doesn't tell you if they're above or below you, most likely at least. Munitions box. The munitions crate now grants 3 clips of every magazine, of every ammo type, rather than only refilling your primary and secondary. That's sick. With this change, players are enabled to make pivots in their weapon choice. W. You just get ammo. If you get a munitions box, now it's going to be worth it. If you see a munitions box, just toss it on the ground and hit it. Even if you already have all your ammo, you might want to max out the other ammo. Plus, you probably kill people, you'll have more, more things too. Clips. Imagine saying clips. Yeah. Come on, Call of Duty. They're magazines. But only 3 magazines? I think that's still a pretty good amount. Now, if it's also based off of your weapon, let's say I have a 60-round mag or 50. You get 3 clips, 150 rounds. That's almost as much as it would be normally. Now, if it's only 30, 90 rounds, you might feel that. If it's based on your weapon, which I kind of doubt it would be the case. My guess is it's just be a flat 90 for AR ammo. You would feel that, yeah. I think that's going to be okay, though, because more people will just be spread out with ammo across the map. I don't think that's going to be too bad. With this change, players are enabled to make pivots in their loadout. Portable radar, the duration of the radar has been increased as well. That's a buff. Personal redeploys deploy 50% faster. Thank goodness. This should be 80% faster, though. No longer prohibits fire while using. Yo, finally. Standardize the height across different maps as well. These, yes, dude. These should be fun. They're so fun to use when you glitch them. I like that a lot. This is going to be fun. Reinforcement flare as well. Now use 30% faster. I like that as well. Especially because you're going to have a much bigger trade-off. If you decide to carry one of these items, you are foregoing bringing something else now. So I like that. Trophy systems can now also counter 5 things before they are destroyed. Wow. Wow. Okay, weapons. Woo! Here's going to be some of the juice. We're expanding the Warzone arsenal to include the weapons from the launch of Black Ops 6, giving people even more choices to customize. At launch, Black Ops 6 and Warzone will share values to their multiplayer counterparts, such as ADS speed, sprint to fire, and recoil. However, the damage profiles for numbers and weapons have been modified to establish a baseline for Warzones. These will be slightly different. We encourage new and returning players to study their favorite weapon details in the gunsmith. Now, we're probably going to have to wait then for the updated information from the guides and the time to kill charts, which I will be reviewing once those are up. Feel free to send them to me. I'll keep an eye out for it myself, but if I miss it, happy to look at that on screen and do some breakdowns. I may not be the first to the punch on all of that. However, I usually like to take the information that other people do their videos on all of it and then apply all of my own experience playing with all the guns and then come up with what I think, because I play the game a little different than most of all of the meta runners anyways, because I snipe. We encourage new and returning players to study those. With the integration of Black Ops 6, we also now have a new tuning option for weapons that weren't previously available. Okay. Allowing us to adjust aspects like handling, ADS speed, and sprint to fire speed, magazine size, recoil, and more. For instance, while the ASVAL has a default magazine of 20 in multiplayer, we've set it to 30 for Warzone. W. I was literally talking about this earlier today. I was saying the ASVAL looks great, but it's just not going to have enough ammo for Warzone. It's not going to be a viable gun. You're going to have to take the extended mag. Your ADS is going to be too slow. Yada, yada, yada. No. This isn't tuning. Guys, no. Don't worry, Amish. This is not weapon tuning, okay? That's huge, though. So basically, they're going to be able to tune it on their side. They're going to be able to change the game. He's not clapping. On their end to make the game balanced out. Not us tuning and like tweaking it, which I agree. I do not want that back in the game. But they're essentially going to have more options to balance the weapons in the game. This, to me, tells me that they're going to be able to make the game more balanced than what they are currently doing. JGod, for example, has done tons of charts and analysis looking at the game and being like, all right, well, if you just change even like the rate of fire of the gun, then you can fine-tune the time to kill so that all of these guns are more equal. And then, you can use more, you'd have more options to play the game. That's like been the ultimate dream since this game came out, is can we actually have balance in the game to where you can use multiple guns and have choices? No, you can't. There's always something that's broken or too powerful relative to everything else because they cannot figure out how to fine-tune this well enough. Hopefully, these new tools for them let them actually create a balanced game. That would be incredible. Our goal is to make weapon adjustments faster to keep them available, selection dynamic, and engaging, without making any weapon feel obsolete. With these new tuning options on their side again, we aim to refine each weapon's identity and role specific for Warzone, such as emphasizing assault rifles as strong long-range options. Additionally, all bolt-action sniper rifles and pump-action shotguns, while ADSing from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 6 will have a one-shot headshot potential within their respective max damage ranges. Okay, so there is going to be a fall-off for all of them. Additionally, in order to incentivize intentional aim, all shotguns will fire 5 pellets when ADS versus 4 when hip fire. Ooh. Nerf to shotguns and snipers right off the rip. Mouse and key players are ruined, boys. We are ruined. Depends on the max damage ranges. But right now, we have snipers like the Cat, the Moors, which will one-shot headshot at any range. So if they'll only one-shot headshot to their maximum damage ranges, that's going to treat it like the Kar 98, which is only effective out to about 80, 70, 80 meters or so for one-tapping. Shotguns as well, you're going to have to ADS in order to get the benefit out of them, of the extra the full 5 pellets that it shoots. That's crazy. That's going to be AR SMG time, boys. AR SMG time. That's it. We want players to feel the weapons from MW2 and MW3 continue to remain solid, viable choices in Warzone. Our goal is to create a unified combat system that makes each gun enjoyable, regardless of its origin. We'll continue to improve legacy weapons and attachments throughout the coming year to further support this vision. Damn, dude. No infinite headshot one tap. So Cat Sniper no longer one shots all the way. Exactly. It'll only work out to its max damage range. Nerfed. MCPR is back. I mean, yeah. I mean, it'll be back in the viable pool because you're not going to have the one-shot range. Although, wait a second. Holy shit. That means you're not even going to need the explosive ammo rounds. MCPR, one tap without explosive rounds. New meta? That's a curveball. Yep, you're 100% right, Gaston. You have insane bullet velocity. Insane bullet velocity. 10-round magazine. And one tap out to whatever its damage range is. I don't know off the top of my head. Fast reload, fast ADS. Might be slower ADS than the new sniper, though. We want players to feel that the old weapon... I mean, that'll make the old weapons enjoyable. That's interesting. The MCPR only one-shots with explosives, I thought. Yeah, but read what it says here. All bolt-action snipers will have a one-shot headshot potential. That means ones that do not have one-shot headshot potential, the MCPR being one of those, that cannot one-shot headshot. It does 299 damage. The only reason that it does that extra 1 point of damage is because the explosive, or you can put the incendiary on to do the extra damage for you. But it drastically decreases the bullet velocity. So if all bolt-action snipers will one-shot within their respective max damage range, that means it would one-tap. SPX, all of them. All of them. It's a complete shift. So many guns become interesting then. Dude. Okay, so Black Ops 6 weapons have a unique Warzone damage profile. They mentioned that. They're going to have more tools to tweak it as well, which includes specific base damage range and location-based modifiers. We've adjusted several Black Ops 6 attachments to function differently in Warzone. CHF barrel for assault rifles, LMGs, pistols grants increased neck multiplier rather than head multiplier. That's actually kind of good because if you're already one-tap them anyway, or if it's... Actually, no, I don't know. Some of those you might want the extra headshot. For snipers, no, but for all of these, extra headshot might be nice. Extra neck, I guess, is good too. For snipers and shotguns, though, this now provides increased leg modifiers instead of arm modifiers. Interesting. Flip magazine. The magazine capacity for multiplayer has been removed. In Warzone, flip mags match the base weapon's ammo capacity. I like that. That's pretty cool. They're probably going to nerf the damage range at some point, though, for the old snipers. Or they might already be bad. I don't even know what they are. There's so many variables, though, that there's 100% going to be something broken. 100%. There is going to be something broken, if not multiple things. Probably multiple things that are going to be broken. Rapid fire. This attachment now applies to the base damage. This attachment now applies a base damage penalty in Warzone. Ooh. Along with greater penalties to bullet velocity and range. Ooh. So maybe not rapid fire, but definitely flip mag. Maybe the barrel. Oh, this is good. Okay. A visual recoil reduction pass has been applied to the old weapons, enhancing their feel. Oh my gosh, please. You know what I just hope is that with next year, they don't get rid of all this stuff. If they want to volt it and lock half of it and, just take 80 guns away and just lock them, fine. Maybe bring them in a rotation or something like with what Call of Duty with Fortnite does. But keep it like COD Mobile, where we just have all of these things now. Let's just keep them all. We're making so many improvements here. A visual reduction pass has been applied on so all of these guns, when you would shoot them, would bounce all over the place in some of the old MW2 guns and everything. They made it so bad to use, especially for optics. Barrel and stock attachments from Modern Warfare 2 have also had their penalties reduced. Ooh. This is a big negative. Yeah, a lot of these attachments were so bad you would not even want to put them on. Additionally, a significant balancing pass has been completed for underbarrel and muzzle attachments from both MW2 and MW3. All cons have been removed from these attachments. Holy shit, dude. Meaning they now only apply stat boosts. What? With each subcategory of underbarrel and muzzles functioning identically except for cosmetic differences. I actually like that. There's so many of them. I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. Amp attachments in these slots, however, retain their unique functionality and balancing. So this is like some things have like a special effect to that. That's fine too. I love that. So basically, they're going to make it so that all these attachments are just standardized. If you put an attachment on, it's going to give you a benefit. You're going to see that benefit. There's 10 million of these. There's a lot of these attachments that do the same exact thing, but they're slightly differently, whatever. It takes you forever to figure out which one you want to use. They're just making them all the same, and you could cosmetically choose which one you want to put on. Is COD actually cooking? This all sounds incredible. And they're making it so there's no negative to it, this is how the Black Ops 6 system works. If you go to an attachment, if you put the suppressor on, there's no downside. You just put the suppressor on, and it keeps you off the map. You don't have to worry about balancing out the pros and cons of everything. It does this. It makes everything just so much easier. We don't need it all. In fact, I think what would be even better is if they just told you, instead of these arrows, it just told you the percentages of what it did. Like, it tells you the percentages in here, I guess, so maybe it is there. So, maybe it's too much, but anyways. Muzzle enhancements. Suppressor. Boosts velocity and damage range. Comps improve recoil control. Flash hiders increase the damage range and the firing aim stability. Breacher enhances the melee damage and recoil control. Underbarrel enhancements. The angled grip increases hip fire and tack stance accuracy and aim walking steadiness. The hand stops improve sprint to fire and ADS speed. Vert grips enhance recoil control and fire aiming stability. Excellent. They each have their own concrete thing that they do. And, yeah, that's how it should be. The rest of it's... I love that. I love that. Furthermore, for Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 weapons, they now have corner slicing functionality, adding an extra edge. That's cool, too. That's not super critical, but that is cool. This is awesome. This is freaking awesome. Okay. Global weapon builds. Seamlessly access a custom weapon build that you've created across Black Ops 6, Zombies, Multiplayer, and Warzone. This time-saving feature lets you adjust any build or blueprint in one game. Now, this doesn't fully work right now, I will say, but I like the idea of it. For the most part, it does. With changes automatically being applied wherever that weapon is equipped. So, if you haven't seen this, if I change the Model L in slot 1 here, what I want to do is be able to name it. Oh, you can. I didn't even realize you could do that. It's buried in the separate. There's another menu for it. So sick. You can name it. So like this is my zombies one. You see how it's the zombies icon there? So if I ever go into zombies and I get this gun, even off of wall buy or off of the mystery box, it automatically applies all of my attachments to it, which is crazy. But you can also just, if I tweak it here and it's in class 1, it'll automatically change it for if I'm using the same gun in slot 1 here. If I have the Model L here, and I change an attachment, it'll automatically change the gun here. So you don't need to have a blueprint and then apply the blueprint and keep saving blueprints over and over again onto the thing. You just have one thing. If you select that thing, that's what it is. That one thing is always going to be saved as it is. It's a much better system. This is just how to do it. The build with all selected customizations will then appear under the models. Okay, cool. These weapons are now Season 1 new weapons. These weapons are new to Season 1 and were not part of the original launch of Black Ops 6. Krig, SOG, Siren 9, that's a secondary power drill melee weapon. New attachments, the Dragon's Breath, adds some heat to your shotgun blast with incendiary rounds comprised of magnesium sparks. Burn enemies over time. Equipping the 12-gauge shotgun breath mod ammo prevents using an underbarrel attachment. But the trade-off is well worth it when seeing fiery finish. Compatible with shotguns acquired from Battle Pass page 7 reward. Cool. Buffer weight stock. Heavier buffer weight stock provides significantly smoother action through the additional resistance met by the bolt carrier group. The improved results in more manageable recoil through sustained fire. Ideal for staying on target and at expensive ADS speed and aim walking speed. This would be good for long range builds, especially for Warzone. You're probably going to want that. Burst fire conversion kit for the XM4. Sounds terrible. But the AEK is pretty good, so maybe it will be good. And then burst conversion kit as well for the compact. This sounds even worse. 3-round burst for it. Yeah. Weapon adjustments. The following weapon adjustments are strictly for the older older ones. Click here to show or hide info. Whole bunch of weapon tweaks here. Damage range increase for the M4. Headshot multiplier increase. Dude, this is insane. We are going to have so much to do. This is insane. All of these guns we got to use again. I already have them all maxed out too. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. And if you don't want to max them out, or if you don't have them done, just do the Armory system. Once you get to level 24, make sure once you hit level 24, you always have something going so you can keep unlocking it. I bet you get XP from it too. Probably level you up faster. That's crazy. These are all the weapons. Ooh, snipers. The Victus, bullet velocity. Oh, this is good. Okay, look at this. This is barely anything. With 35 meters for the MCPR. Oh my gosh, it's going to be ass. Now, you can still buff this with the base, the barrel, all the things. Bullet velocity decreases 762. Oof. Yeah, they're balancing that out. Fastest bullet velocity is going to be the Imperium 800. But this is just base. You can still up it with the barrel and with the high velocity, especially if you can put high velocity rounds on. That'll still be high velocity. That'll still be good. 30 damage, 30 meters max range is not far, though. What's the furthest? 76 for the Moors. Yeah, we got to see what the damage... What's the damage range for these snipers? Let's say I do bullet velocity, damage range, barrel, and I think that's the only thing that increases it, doesn't it? $87 meters. So this still could be meta. 1,000 meters per second. We don't know what the difference is for the Moors, though. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's about 1,000 as well. Meters per second. No, it's slower. The Moors, they nerfed it, so it's slower. I think it might be less. 800 and 900 meters per second. 76 base, though. This is 102. 87 meters. Post attachments, though. Well, we'll have to see what the new attachments even look like, though. This is going to be crazy, man. Handguns. X12 modifier. Loot. Okay, let's go to this. Ground and supply box loot. Added Black Ops 6 items, including weapons, field upgrades, Warcry, and Scrambler can be found on the ground. Killstreaks, Napalm, Sentry, Sam Turret care packages. Makes sense. Nothing crazy with any of this. It's just what's going to be on the ground. Removed cluster mines, mosquito drones, guardian, and bomb drones. W. Actually, I love that. Cluster mines are so annoying. I don't mind those leaving at all, not even for a second. Shooting those and destroying them are always a pain. Mosquito drones are the worst. Guardians suck. And bomb drones are annoying. All great changes. You can't find proxy mines, claymores, thermites, and breacher drones anymore. Love that. Blast traps are probably going to be annoying, though. Tracker grenade is gone and scatter mine is gone. Nobody used them anyways. And redeploy tokens are gone. Probably for the best. I don't mind that. Put a little bit more intensity back into the game. You know what, too? Because you can't carry 3 flares around anymore, I think it's going to balance everything out for the sake of respawns a little bit as well. The loot distribution system now creates further space for larger items as they are dropped on the ground to avoid overlapping loot. The loot distribution system will now purposely avoid dropping items near objects in close proximity, such as buy stations. Excellent. Medical cabinets drop medical items now within closer proximity of the origin. Buy stations' inventory and prices have been slightly adjusted for the Black Ops 6 integration. Weapons now have rarity outlines. Yeah, this is really nice quality of life right here. Really nice. So when you go up to it, you'll see it highlighted in blue before you even go look at the UI and try and figure out the UI. It's so much better. I immediately noticed it when I was playing at COD Next. Available contracts. Below is a summary of each contract type to help both new and returning players quickly grasp the functions. Bounty. Yeah, that's easy. I'm curious if anything has changed within this. 3-level threats. Completing it gives you cash, XP, a singular ping from the bounty's body. That they're keeping that. So if you kill a bounty, you get 1 UAV ping out of it as well. If another team kills the target, your contract ends with a poached outcome offering lesser reward, although the timer to run out or losing will cause it to fail. The big game bounty puts a target on the team with the most kills or player and gives you an immediate advanced UAV ping. That's still a thing. Along with extra cash and XP offering great rewards. Upon picking a scavenger contract, you're directed to each of these. Contains slightly better loot than usual, and each will drop a lootable perk. That's good to know. So if you want to farm perks, you need to do scavenger contracts. Opening the third and final cache completes the contract, rewarding your team with cash, XP, and an armor satchel as well. So this might go back to being the meta. This was the meta back in the original Warzone, was you go do scavengers because you can get a guaranteed armor satchel from it, which you would really want. These are going to be the openers to the game, I think. But let's see the intel, though. There's only 2 lootable perks? No. There's only 2 floor-only perks, okay? All the rest of the perks are from the Perk 3 system. You can have 6 perks looted from the floor. So if you already have Quick Fix and Ghost and whatever, you can then choose, or if you find Tempered on the ground, you can still pick Tempered up alongside 6 other perks. You can have 6 perks that you find from the floor. At least that's what it was when I talked to the devs at COD Next. They haven't specified that there's 6 on this one yet, if that's the maximum. When you accept an intel contract, nearby upload station is marked. Go there, upload it. Team members must remain near the station to upload for it to complete. Multiple players are there. It'll increase up to 200% for the upload speed. Completing the reward gives cash XP and a peek at the next zone. Failure to do so expires. So, okay, this was giving guaranteed key cards, so I wasn't sure if they were still giving a buff for it. There's nothing really extra from intels, though. Zone peak is the main advantage. Picking up most wanted contract, you or your team member who picked it up become visible on the map for all players. Most wanted team can reduce their contract time by obtaining kills and opening caches. That's old, though. We already know that. If the most wanted target survives for the full contract duration, the contract's completed and the team earns cash XP and revives any dead players in the squad. So that's still happening. If you complete this, your whole team gets rezzed. As well as if you're knocked out, it'll instantly stand you back up. At least that's what happened in the past. Whenever the contract ends in success or failure, the VIP reward crate appears near the VIP's location, containing ammo plates, killstreak weapon, gulag token, and cash. That says "and," so that seems like those are all guaranteed items. Before it would drop Gulag token or a redeploy token. Now it's just going to be that. Signal intelligence are also in the game. This one, you pick it up, and then you go to other contracts, and you can hack those contracts. And you can do it to any contract. So if you land at one and 2 teammates land at other contracts, you can have them instantly hack those contracts, and it gives you a ton of cash. Hacking them rewards your team with XP and 10 periodic cash payments, which is good. If you die, you'll still get more cash over time. Letting the time run out or losing your team results in failure. Spy drone contracts, solo phase 5, duos phase 6. Okay, so it scales. Destroying all drones completes the contract, earns cash, XP, and a UAV is the unique bonus from this, and a redeploy drone beacon from the last drone. So before, this was dropping individuals. It would drop like 4 individual redeploys. Now it's just going to drop 1. Maybe they changed this already. I don't know. I don't do these, but they'll drop a ring contract, a ring redeploy for your whole squad on the ground. That's good. That's good. That's the unique element from that.
Hola, Senor Stone.
Hola, what up? Gaber, drop it a 10. I'm so stoked, dude. We got so many good updates. This is amazing. These are tougher versions of the existing contract, offering higher rewards. Elite contracts reduce the contract time by 45% and reward an additional 1,500 cash completion. Completing an elite contract also drops a reward crate. This is big. In fact, this is probably even bigger than it was before, because now this is how you probably are going to be able to get a specialist or foresight. This is the only way to do it now. Dude, this is going to be a great change as well, because right now it's all about doing the bunkers and trying to get into the bunker. We've played that out. This takes the whole focus away from that and lets it be anywhere on the map can be a hot area. This is so much better. This is going to be great. Specialist or foresight, note that most wanted contracts cannot become elite, although other contracts might turn elite as the match progresses. That's good to know too. So it can progress. This is low probability though. Low probability. Contract adjustment as well. Bounties. Completing the contract now includes finishing downed targets you didn't down yourself. Ooh. That's kind of cool. So if somebody else knocks them out and you go and kill them off, you still get credit for completing the contract? Am I understanding that correctly? Bounty contracts should no longer start without a valid target. I've never even seen that. Poached end state now counts as contract failure for challenge tracking. Okay, that's good to know. This was kind of good to abuse. You would land at the beginning of the game and grab a bounty, and then when you do those daily, that was part of your daily. And if you completed dailies, you can unlock stuff from the Armory system. The new Armory system, that's going to be a nerf to the new Armory system right here, unfortunately. Most wanted. Remove the redeploy token from the most wanted reward crates and solos. Yeah, they said that's not in the game earlier. Primary reward to Battle Royale and Resurgence is now an armor plate carrier for Scavenger. So yeah, it's back to Scavenger meta. Scavenger meta 100%. Battle Royale and Resurgence, fire sale. All items at the buy station are discounted 50% for a limited time. Restock, all supply boxes are refilled. Jailbreak, all operators are brought back. Flybys, recon flyovers. This is better than what they did for the stay still and go prone thing. Squad loadout drop. We've got loadout drops that are only accessible by the assigned team. That should just happen automatically zone 2 and 5, theoretically. Contested loadout drops, limited number of loadout drops that are accessible by any team. Interesting. We haven't seen that before. We have the yellow loadout boxes that come in that any team can hit that specific box, but it's not a limited number. This is a limited number of loadout drops. Limited number of loadout drops that are accessible by... No, this must be the same thing. This must be the same thing. It's just worded. I think I got confused. So there's like, say, 6 loadouts that come in, but anybody can use any of those drops. I think that's what it's saying. Cash drops just drop cash out of the sky. Contractors completed within a certain time. Rogue signals. All teams compete On a random task, the top team gets access to a reward with exclusive loot, excuse me. That's good. Yeah, this is like a little challenge if you can complete. Resurgence Bounty Royale. They just added this recently. It's kind of cool. Everybody in the whole game gets a bounty to do. So they're all hunting each other. High stakes. A number of crates are dropped across the Warzone map. When captured, double the XP earned in the current match for the team, while also dropping high-tier loot. So if you guys want to level up quickly, look out for these ones. You'll see it says XP over the box. If you successfully open that box, your whole team gets double XP for the game. That's actually kind of cool. I haven't really cared about it before, but now that, everybody's going to be leveling up and prestiging actually with it, this is going to be pretty big. If you find one, that's actually sick now. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I've never cared about that. Now you're going to care about it. Quite a bit. That's cool. That's really cool. Honestly, just can't wait for Verdansk to come back. My hope is that they fine-tune everything here. They're going to have months to fine-tune this, figure out the balance, make sure, get us some more upgrades, updates over all the months, and then they launch Verdansk, and it's just crazy, bro. Then they pop Avalon on us. It's going to be nuts. Oh, my gosh. I'm excited, man. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. Sounds great. Blood money. For the duration of the event, operators that are eliminated drop significantly more money. This is for plunder. And attack choppers is the worst thing on the entire planet. They should just get rid of that. Is still there. Locked and loaded. Start the entire match with full armor and upgraded guns. Go again. This is for the gulag. Go again lets you try again. Cash drops. Ton of cash in there. Climb and punishment. Both of you can escape the gulag. If you guys haven't played this for a while, both of you can climb a ladder and leave the gulag and get cash if you do it. So you got to trust the other person, though, to do it. New operators. Vehicles. All new vehicle physics tech leveraged from the Treyarch engine and Infinity Ward engine. Please be good. Please. It's been so bad for so long. Our goal is to bring more fun. Thank you. That should be the main goal. F realism. Make it actually fun to drive, please, man. With enhanced maneuverability and natural physics that is easy to use but can also be mastered. Towards this goal, we have removed flat tires. I don't mind that too much, honestly, but if that makes it actually work, I'm fine with it. That's kind of sad, though, I will say. That's kind of sad. Vehicle repairing and fuel. Wait, what? So you don't even have to fuel and repair vehicles anymore? This better be worth it. I really hope it's worth it. There's no more fuel for vehicles. I like the aspect of that. And being able to repair vehicles. I like that a lot. But if vehicles are actually good now, then that might be for the best. If you can't repair it. Let me smash stuff with vehicles. Crack to be happy. Heavy chopper's still in the game, theoretically. It's going to be on Urzikstan. Yeah, if you can fly a heavy chop forever, though. They are a lot easier to destroy, but if you can fly it forever, that could be a problem. Wow. We have removed flat tires, vehicle repairing, and fuel. Yeah, they can still take damage. They'll still be destroyed. They just can't be repaired. Exactly. Vehicle repairing. The tires won't get popped, though, right? Or can it just not be fixed? No, it just says we've removed flat tires. So you cannot get a flat tire. The vehicle will just take damage. Yeah, vehicle runs out of fuel. It can't be refueled. We have removed flat tires, vehicle repairing, so it could still be destroyed, and fuel. I don't think this is refueling. It's just fuel, period. I think there's infinite fuel, the way I'm reading this. Thoughts? Limited fuel versus unlimited will determine endgame and solos. But if you cannot repair the vehicle, then you can damage the vehicle and break it, and then it cannot come back. I hated vehicles endgame, L. But if you can't repair it, I think that's okay, especially if you can destroy it quickly. Isn't that how OG Warzone was? OG Warzone... I don't think it had fuel. Definitely couldn't pop tires. I don't think you could repair it either. I'm trying to remember if you could repair it, but I can't think of a single place where I ever repaired a vehicle. So I don't think you could. Yeah, it's how OG Warzone was. In addition to the aforementioned changes, we've included a number of additional improvements, updated models, improved natural physics, cameras, character leaning, VFX, dynamic vehicles, death and explosion reactions, new helicopter simulation and audio, firing range, damage summary, total amount of damage done. This will be good for the weapon testers. Default armor plates to 3. Default health to 150. This is good. This is how it's always should have been. The firing range will now default to Warzone perk settings as well. This is actually huge. So you can go in and practice with your perks and see what the perks movement feels like. No, it doesn't show you, it doesn't give you the perks that you've selected, but it does at least make it so it's applicable to what the game should feel like. So right now, you're technically in multiplayer firing range even when you're in Warzone, so it doesn't feel the same as when you're in game. Reset speed. The target dummy now respawn or reset faster, thank goodness. Remove the delay that prevented target dummies from receiving damage as soon as they reset, thank goodness. Hit location dummies will now have the same hit modifiers as actual players to be more realistic, thank goodness. Movable targets. A new target dummy is now available that can be moved to various damage ranges based on the currently equipped weapon. The movable dummy cycles between damage ranges as soon as it's eliminated. It's kind of cool. I do think that's cool. You can test the damage ranges and get a more visual representation of what the damage range is for a weapon. Target collision. Target dummy collision has been improved so that bullets register more precisely. Yeah, there's a lot that just missed in the other one. Remove the vertical walls that previously broke aim assist when targeting it while strafing. That's good as well. There's no need for that in there. Emotes and sprays. Adding the personalization of your operators are a result. Are the return of emotes and sprays. Either to tag them. Location emotes are accessible anywhere that you have control over your character. Exfil. For the winning circle, the winning squad in a match receives their own winner's circle showcase with some of their statistics competence on display for all to see. This is also a location where you can celebrate your prowess more individually by employing your favorite emote too. It's cool. Exfil sequence duration has been reduced with a larger focus on the winning squad. Excellent. Players can now swap between their own squad and the winning squad, showing off accolades and player stats. There's a new progression overview screen focused on players' choice experience. Nice. UI UX. For the upcoming Season 1 update for Call of Duty Warzone, introducing a revamp to a fully integrated user interface. The primary game tiles on the Home tab will feature Black Ops 6 and Warzone, allowing for instant access to gameplay. The Store Battle Pass tabs will direct players to their respective sections. Okay, should be faster to just get into the game. The customized menu now includes the Legacy tab to equip your unlocked MW2, MW3 calling cards, emblems, and loading screens. Legacy content filtering, nice. So you'll be able to filter by items. I already saw like the way that it's going to work is if you go to, say, sniper rifles, you'll have 3 tabs for Black Ops 6, MW2, and MW3 to select between them. TAC map icon layout. We've streamlined the interface by hiding the icon prompts on the right side of the screen. Reorganized contracts been moved to the left side to make it easier to access. Nice. Minimap type. Added the ability to change the minimap type and compass layout without impacting your multiplayer settings. Sick. Munition satchels. Added an icon next to your ammo count when a munition satchel is equipped to indicate if your weapon has room to carry more ammo. Nice. Classic squad widget. We brought back many elements from Warzone's original release, including equipment icons, the shape of armor icon, the shape of armor plate icons, and more. Loot cards have been updated with overall layout treatment for improved visuals. The messaging that appears in the kill feed when a squad is wiped has been updated. In Battle Royale, the message will now say, sent to the gulag if the defeated team has one or more members going to the gulag. That's cool. And in Plunder, it'll say the squad's repositioning. So it'll say squad wipe or sent to the gulag. So if you wipe a team and one of them still has a gulag token, you know they're still in the game. That's cool. I like that a lot. Or you know, okay, this is really a squad wipe. They're all dead. Awesome change. Kill feed calling cards eliminating an enemy player now displays their calling card in the bottom center. That's sick. Small, but, you know, a little bit more show off for the card that you get. Aim assist setting. Numerous aim assist settings have been changed, including but not limited to the addition of minimum aim assist distance and maximum turn clamp speed. That's pretty good. I mean, for me as a mouse and keyboard player, there's a minimum aim assist distance, so it is not as bad as what it was in the beta, but it is better than what it was from before. I guess it's relative to where you are. Aim assist was nerfed when Black Ops 6 beta was out, and then they made it a little better, still not as good as what it is, and then they, I think, are just keeping that now for the next one. Bless you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. The turn clamp speed, I don't know what that is, though. I guess that's just keeping your aim assist locked onto them. Loot distance, loot ping distance. Loot can no longer be pinged from more than 40 meters away for improved legibility during combat. Live pings and danger pings have received position and scaling adjustments to prevent blocking and covering enemies' upper bodies. Nice. We've reduced the overall clutter for in-game splashes by reducing frequency and associated noise. Nice. The weapon attachments show on the HUD with a blue color for better visibility and clarity on which part of the weapon that has attachments attached. That's nice, too. So if you pick up a gun, that little menu, the weapon attachment HUD, highlights better so you can tell what's on. The menu for playlists has been improved. Now it includes a vertical playlist with submenus. That should be good. Buy station redeployment. An eliminated player who pings a buy station for a redeploy will show a unique redeploy icon on the buy station to better inform the squad of the buyback request. Okay. Enhanced headphone audio. That's the pay-to-win audio. Armor break info. New audio has been added to indicate that armor plates have been destroyed. Interesting. Proximity chat radius has been reduced from 55 to 45 meters, so nerf to proximity chat. Still doesn't say directional proximity chat, though. Stacking hit markers and sound effects enables displaying both a wall bang, hitting a player in water, and pairing of new audio per marker. Bounty contract sound cues added sound cues for when the bounty threat level increases or decreases. I kind of like that. That's subtle but nice. For a closer look at the innovations for audio, take a look here. There it is. We made it to the bottom, guys. Big round of applause. Big round of applause. I can't wait. These are so many good changes. Some that are a bit concerning. So much. It's so much. But it's going to be plenty for us to do. I'll tell you that much. That was long. They've been working, dude. They have. The exciting thing for me, though, is like, I think that this means that we're going to have more options going into the future of just like weapons to use, perks to use, so much new stuff to do. Even if it's the same map, there's so much to do. I didn't see anything on, well, nothing specific on the crossbow. The crossbow and shield will be there from the previous game, though. Aim assist wasn't nerfed from Black Ops. Yeah, from Black Ops 6 to Modern Warfare 3 it was, yeah. Black Ops 6 is slightly worse in some ways, but it's only at point-blank range. If you're point-blank range, you don't get aim assist, or it's less. Before there was zero aim assist. Now you still get some aim assist, but it gradually decreases how much based on how close you are to the enemy. So if you're point blank, it's going to be less aim assist than what it is if you're, say, 5-10 meters away. Goes out to still about 200 meters of aim assist, though. 5 stars for the audiobook, Stone. Thank you, dude. Hey, glad you guys enjoyed my little breakdown there.